Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. Thanks for viewing my video. As we all know, it's September 25th, 2018, and I just got the news a couple of hours ago, just like so many of you, that Bill Cosby was, sentenced for the crimes that he has committed, the crimes that span multiple decades. And the sentencing was finally today, and he received 3 to 10 years in prison. I know a few months back when he was officially convicted, they were debating on whether they should send him to prison or put him on house arrest, considering his age, the fact that he's blind. I don't know if he's partially blind or completely blind at this point, but also, his physical disabilities. I just wanted to chime in on this whole situation. I haven't spoken about it publicly in any fashion. I've spoken about it privately with some friends, just the unfortunate circumstances surrounding this whole situation. I just want to start off by saying that I'm really disappointed in this whole thing. I haven't really spoken publicly about anything else or any other celebrity involvements as far as sexual assault, misconduct, rape, and Bill Cosby situation is what disappoints me the most. I really looked up to the man and I admired what he accomplished, what he did, what he stood for. The fact that he worked hard, he was educated, he served our country for a while in the military when he was a young man. The fact that he wrote so many books and really became America's dad. He just taught us so many great values and how we should conduct ourselves in public, and just inspired so many people to do great things. I know so many comedians looked up to the man, and he helped inspire their work, and they were just in awe of the man's work ethic, his wit, his just ability to talk on stage. I mean, he was really a genius and really excelled at his craft. I personally admired the man so much, and the Cosby Show, I used to watch that with my parents, and we just loved that show. It was so funny and wholesome, and I loved the characters on there. Dr. Huxtable, the character that Bill Cosby portrayed, is just an absolutely marvelous character, probably one of the greatest TV dads of all time, and just great values, hardworking, educated, taught his kids right from wrong, and just a great character overall. I still find myself watching clips of the Cosby Show on YouTube, and I still just absolutely love the show, and I just can't help but fall into the scene that I'm watching, and then I realize, hey, I'm watching Bill Cosby, and now we know the truth about the man, unfortunately. With all that being said, that's what makes this whole situation so disappointing to me. I've been hoping and praying for the past few years, when I started hearing about this whole situation, when it all came to a head, that I hope that all of it's not true, that it was all made up, and that he will come out of this innocent and with no wrongdoing. I did hear rumors about in the past about it, but they quickly went away, so I don't know. I didn't really make much of them. But then when they came up again, and I think Hannibal, the comedian, is the one that kind of was the catalyst that started the whole situation. I think I didn't see the clip, but I believe from what I've read, he actually made some sort of joke or comment or insinuated towards the whole situation about Bill Cosby, and that's what catapulted this whole thing and started encouraging many victims to speak out about this whole situation and how they were victims of Bill Cosby's advances and sexual assaults, him actually drugging women and having his way with them. So many various sexual assault charges over many decades, many of which that he can't be convicted on or sentenced for because they've fallen out of the statute of limitations. But I believe he was sentenced for the more recent ones that he had been convicted of. And I'm just really disappointed that none of it that all of it, or a lot of it at least, turned out to be true. Because, like I said, I admired the man, and I wanted, at one point, really wanted to meet him and shake his hand and just talk to him for a while. And I was just so, just in love with him as a person and the characters that he portrayed and the interviews that he had, the lessons that he taught us, I thought were so magnificent. And they still hold water today. I'm not taking away from anything that he may have said that helped inspire people or educated people. But unfortunately, now that we know the truth about Bill Cosby, all of that is so tainted. I just can't really, it's hard for me to put anything positive on it because of the heinous acts he actually committed, just how horrendous they really were. And I'm so disappointed because I really don't want them to be true, and the fact that they happened to someone that was so beloved by myself and so many people, that's who committed these horrendous acts. All I can say now is that, the way I see Bill Cosby now is that truly he's a scumbag. I mean, he's a scumbag. There's no other way to put it. He's a vile human being. The the sexual assault acts that he committed on so many innocent victims, is just unforgivable and just so horrendous. And it's just something you can never forget. Unfortunately, for the victims, so many of them were living with the memories of what happened to them while they saw their, their assault, the person who assaulted them, becoming such a beloved figure in American society and really probably all around the world. I just can't imagine what was going through those victims' minds when they were watching, this monster essentially rise to glory and continue to inspire so many people and be beloved by so many people. And it must have been just so horrible for them. And I just hope that they've gotten some closure in this whole situation. I know that nothing can ever completely take away their memories and just the horrible trauma that they went through. That's always going to be there for them. I just hope that they've gotten at least a little bit of closure with this whole situation, because it really is a horrible situation. And all I can say is that I've learned more that I need to not look up to people so highly and put them on a pedestal like they're the greatest human being in the world just because they've risen to prominence in the entertainment industry. But really, with Bill Cosby, he transcended the entertainment industry. He wasn't just a comedian or an actor or a motivational speaker or all the things he did, not just an author. He was America's dad. He was just so beloved by so many people. I honestly think if Bill Cosby at one point ran for president, he probably could have won. Literally. Before all of these crazy accusations had started, looking back, I think that's a strong possibility. Luckily, he never did, and luckily for the victims that, I believe I believe at least most of them, because I don't think all of them are lying, especially since, not only Hannibal, who is a black comedian, but also other prominent black comedians and actors have actually spoken out against Bill Cosby. And the reason I'm mentioning that is because some people are saying that it's some sort of conspiracy to bring down Cosby by, the entertainment industry or, I don't know, powerful white people. I don't know. There's so many crazy conspiracies out there. I don't find any of them to be true. Based on what I've seen and heard and read, I believe he did commit these violent, horrific acts that he has been accused of and convicted of now. Again, I was a huge Cosby fan. If there was any way that I could believe that he did not commit these acts, I would do so. I would love to believe that he's innocent in all of this. again, because how much of I admired the man, but unfortunately, me sitting here right now, I can't believe that they're not true. And I cannot see Bill Cosby as anything more than a completely vile human being, which he is, in my opinion, at this point. And again, I just pray that the victims have gotten some type of closure from this and can hopefully, hopefully a lot of them have already moved on with their lives, and I hope they can move on even more knowing that the perpetrator that made them victims in the past is now going to be behind bars, and his reputation's been tainted, and people know him for who he truly is now. I've heard when Bill Cosby was first convicted a couple months back, I heard people making the comment that, hey, don't throw the man in prison, just, hey, he's 81 years old, he's blind and has other physical limitations, just let him be on house arrest. Me personally, I don't care that Bill Cosby's going to prison. I don't feel bad for the man, and I won't for 1 second, go up to one of his victims and say, well, I don't think he should go to prison because he's an 81-year-old man that's blind. Hey, I don't care. I care more about the victims than I do the man that committed these horrific acts. Okay? Think about the victims when you're saying that. If you believe that he committed these horrific acts and you don't believe that he should go to prison for it, really, think about the victims. Think about how they feel. Do you think the people that were victims of such horrific acts should have to listen to the fact that people believe he should get a lighter sentence because where he is physically in his life? No, absolutely not. He deserves to go to prison, in my opinion, for the acts that he committed. And in my opinion, he did commit them. I wish I could say otherwise, but I truly believe that he did. It's unfortunate. It's a horrific fall from grace, but I am glad that justice was eventually served and that the victims were able to get some type of closure for it. Moving on, that's all we can do now, and continue to remember that, unfortunately, some people have horrible skeletons in their closet, and that's all there is to it. And that's how I'm going to end this video. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please feel free to leave any comments below. As always, try to keep them positive. I know, or at least civilized. I know it's going to be kind of hard considering the subject matter that I just discussed, but what can we do? Bill Cosby's going to jail, going to prison. In my opinion, deservedly so. Maybe you have a different opinion than I do. Let me know in the comments section. Please like and subscribe this video. Also, please follow me on my website at ankitshukla.org. That's ANKITSHUKLA.org. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video and listen to my opinion. Please give me yours. Have a great evening, everyone.